timeline. There you go. And we're live.
We
Okay.
are live.
Yes, we're live. Okay, for a while. Let's me go. You click. Yeah, there. We're live, so we could share.
All right, let me start sharing first of all. All right,
Yes, we're live. So I'll start sharing as
I'm
well.
live
Once
with.
we go, once we bring people in.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, and I have to share on the groups. Uh, Join me for more for Q&A.
Anything under the sun.
Q&A. Anything related to photography and and with Calvin, of course, the main guy. I like your setup, man. Seriously.
It's a cheat, It's a 35 millimeter with 1.8 with a messy house. That's all. That's all it takes.
Going
We
to
didn't announce this, so kalas, whoever's here, it doesn't matter.
yeah, please join.
We could post this in Nikon Middle East if you want.
Yeah, sure. Please paste it. Paste the link. Please join in for Q&A related to photography and dot. Save. People are gonna join, hopefully.
I'm sure there'll be a lot, especially
Uh,
in your part of the world. My part of the world is everyone's sleeping already. So
Clipping. We can do this kind of session often, man.
yeah, I know, I know. I'll invite Assad. Where's Assad? Where's Assad? Assad.
Alright. So what we are going to talk about?
Let's wait. Let's see. Mirrorless
Okay.
DSLR would be okay. Let them ask whatever they want.
Yeah, exactly. I prefer
Come,
to
come, join.
go like that.
Yeah. Okay. So it'll take some time. We didn't announce this, so anyway. Sorry about today. I totally forgot. It's basically Ramadan. So I was like, oh my. I was like, oh, it's Ramadan. Where are we going? It's like, so because I was in the
Yeah,
area, I have a meeting. So I'm like, okay, that's basically it. So anyway, thank God for
yeah, no,
technology.
no. Even I thought when we are gonna. That's why I told you that I will be catching you after the start time, after the sunset. So that's what I told you.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh,
people are coming, right? Yeah, they are coming. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So let's talk about mirrorless versus DSLR, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
My view, my view or your view?
It's your view. What do you like? What do you for? What's your favorite camera then? If you
I already
pick,
know.
if no, no, if you pick one of all your camera, what would you pick? Like it's the
Okay.
end of the world. It's the
It's
end of
the
the
end
world.
of the.
It's the end of the world, and you're picking one camera and one lens.
Uh, I will pick a D700 with 35 f2 D type,
D
f2 D
seven
type lens.
D700.
Yeah, with 35 f2 D type lens.
Okay. Hi, Leo.
Because if
Good
you
evening. Okay, let me put it here. We have some guests, so we could read them. There you go.
hi Leo.
By the way, why?
Okay, first of all, 35 will give me the almost natural human eye look. That's the last lens I have to pick to do any kind of photography. So that will be 35 because 35 in my humble opinion, is the only focal length which is close to the human eye. You can shoot portrait, you can shoot landscape, you can do street photography, wedding, corporate shoots, corporate headshots, stuff like that. You can do anything with
True,
35
true.
and, and the specific reason why I'm going to choose 35 f2D type is because that lens, first of all, provides superior image quality, high contrast, high saturation. Plus, that's the only lens which can give you much more closer focus distance,
Yeah.
like least focal distance among any other 35 mm. So the least focal distance means you don't have to worry about, oh, it's f2, it's not 1.4. It will give you 1.6 kind of output
Feel.
if it's f.
Yeah. The feel.
Yeah, why? Because it can do the minimum focus. So when the distance is less, you will have more background blur.
Yeah.
So
True.
that's why it goes.
Yeah.
And why D700? Oh man, D708 is like it's my first love, and when the first love is like you cannot
First
forget it.
love never dies.
First love never dies. There are many reasons, actually technical reasons, for choosing the 700, and among all those is um, image quality. Image quality straight out of the camera from D700 is unparalleled, even right now. The closest output that I can get, like D700 from any other camera, is D3S, D850, and D850. That's it. These two cameras can close to D700. That's it. Nothing more.
Oh wait. Adam de la Pedra says, "Good evening, Babar. Bye."
Adam,
Yeah.
the
Uh,
great Adam takes great images. I always say about Adam,
yeah. And Alan
great Adam.
and Leo says, "Hello, Kelvin and Mr. Babar." Actually, we're
Hi, Kev.
supposed. This is just an unscheduled chat, and we were supposed to have coffee, but suddenly we forgot that it's Ramadan, and like, oh no, it's Ramadan, so we forgot. So we're like, okay, let's schedule in the evening. Then suddenly, everything messed up our schedule. Then we're like, okay, let's go online, let's chat, let's see what's gonna happen.
Let's go. Now, the earlier question that you asked me about uh, this DSLR or mirrorless, or which one, like for what? To be very honest, people have this misconception about mirrorless and the DSLR, that, oh, if it's a mirrorless, so it means that that's the latest and greatest, DSLR is dead. No, that's not true actually. What is happening is people needs to understand that mirrorless camera bodies is just not you take out the mirror and you are seeing what you get
Yeah.
from the camera. It's a whole ecosystem. Every company, regardless whoever the brand is, Nikon, Sony, Canon, Fujifilm, whatever, fine, okay. When they develop their mirrorless system, they also changed their lens lineup. So lens lineup means, let's talk about Nikon. When Nikon changed, now here is a very interesting thing which people don't know and people don't realize. 5 years ago, when before Nikon and Canon announced their mirrorless bodies, everybody was like praising Sony. Oh, Sony is in the game ahead. five
They're like,
years,
yeah.
all right, and Nikon and Canon are way behind from them, and Sony is going to grab the market and blah blah blah. Now this is
What happened? What happened? He got caught. You got caught. He got caught. Okay, let me kick him out. I don't know what happened. Okay, he's out. Okay, we were discussing mirrorless and DSLR. Which would you prefer? Anything? What? Okay, I don't know what happened to him. So most probably his internet got cut off. So we'll just wait for a while. He should be logging in a little while. So again, technology. So okay, there he's back. There you go.
yeah.
Okay, what happened to you? Internet problem.
I have no idea. My internet
Yeah, it
just
just got
went.
off. Anyway, yeah, you're back. Good to be
Okay,
back.
it's good to be back.
All right.
Okay,
Okay.
so what happened is after that. Do I have to share this link again? Oh no,
Uh,
that's fine.
no,
The
it's
same.
fine. It's the same link. The same link. The same link.
All right. Okay. So what happened when Nikon and Canon announced their mirrorless cameras, they not only announced the cameras, they announced the new mount, which
Mm-hmm.
is Canon so it is Nikon Z mount and Canon EOS R mount. And that's changed the whole game because what happened is Nikon and Canon kill two birds with one stone because they do not only introduce the camera, they also introduce the their new mount, and new mount basically opens up the new horizon for making incredible lenses. With Nikon got 58 mm f 0.95 and Canon EOS like 28 to 70 f2 zoom.
Yeah.
Now these things cannot Nikon, Sony cannot do that. Sony cannot do that. If Sony going to do, it means that Sony has to change the mount,
Yes.
and if they are going to change the amount, it means that they are going to make millions of their subscriber unhappy because they already invested too much in G Master glasses. See, so this is the disadvantage that Sony have. Sony cannot do that. Sony only can push their research and development department to make f1.2 lenses, not more than that. See, so Sony is stuck. Sony cannot progress more than that. Whereas Nikon and Canon, they smart, they waited, they evaluated the whole scenario and they played smartly. Okay, so they only not introduce the camera, they introduce the new mount. And new mount basically opens up the whole channel for making incredible lenses. So this is what happened. Like for example, I'm talking about Z mount. What happened in Z mount? Every 1.8 lens every 1.8 lens doesn't matter it's 20, 24, 35, 85, 50. Okay, all these lenses are edge to edge sharp, edge to edge sharp. Okay, and they are not only sharp, they have amazing color, high contrast. I check 35 mm, no, sorry, 85 mm
Oh,
of
30. I'm using 35 right now, by the way, my camera.
this one.
This is a
Okay,
35.
I
35.
feel, to be very honest,
Huh?
35 1.8s for
Yeah,
the Z mount.
1.8 S. 1.8 S.
Yeah, I love it more than 50 mm.
Yeah, true. This is my. If you ask me what lens I'm gonna pick up and what camera, I'll pick up the Z7 and this one, because all my shots, like all my money shots or majority of my hero shots, are done with my 35 millimeter. Like,
Again, so I was right for choosing 35 f2 before.
now because I love 35. It's basically it. When I do a shoot on a pre-wedding, it's always a 35 and an 85. But I have my 50. I have my 50, but the 50 is always there, lying there. Like, okay, you're there just in case I need you. But basically, that's it. That's the two. That's the two lens.
So when I was using this 35 mm, and I really love 35 mm. So I used all the Z classes, and those Z classes tells me that because the autofocus on all those autofocus motor and the smooth transition from back area to front area and all those things that happening so smoothly in all the Z lenses, which tells me that the Z mount is all about video. So that's the thing. People don't realize that. People think that, oh, if it's for stills,
Oops.
we have to go for Z mount or any mirrorless mount. See, the DSLR is still here. Still, it's going to help you to take photos.
Yep.
But when it comes to video, miss mirrorless straight away. Why? Because the lenses are less noisy when the focus transition happening. All right, they have a superior autofocus capability, which is far better than the DSLR, and uh, and they have improved dynamic range, ISO performance, blah blah blah. So overall video quality output you can have much more improved by using a mirrorless system rather than still going with DSLR. But here is the thing. Here is the other part of the equation. When it comes to sports, action, wildlife, or photojournalism, you need DSLR. You need by default. Why?
That's why I keep on shooting mirrorless on my polo games, because I wanna, like, people would say it's not possible, right? It's hard, But I'm like, okay, let me try the mirrorless. I'm happy with it. I'm okay with it. It's basically past my standard. But again, you shoot. Uh, it's more of like a mentality like I could shoot better in DSLR on in sports. But I totally modified like all the settings, all the focus function, everything on the mirrorless just to what do you call this? Just to duplicate the power of the DSLR. I managed to, so I'm happy with it. It's lighter for me right now.
No, that's fine. See, when it comes to sports action in wildlife, you are depending not only on the camera, you're also depending on the lens.
Hmm.
See,
True.
so if you put a slow focus lens on a fast moving, fast focus camera, it's performed slow, and vice versa, still slow, right? So the reason I'm saying that why you still need mirror DSLR, why first of all, the mirrorless world does not have enough lenses. You just check any brand. They don't have that much of lenses which DSLR world is offering. For example, tilt shift lens. For example, fisheye lenses. For example, any specialized lenses which you can easily get on DSLR, but still you cannot get on mirrorless. Even if you are going to use on mirrorless, you need FTZ adapter. Use again, so you are using the DSLR lens on the mirrorless. So it means that mirrorless doesn't have those kind of lenses. So that's the first part. And for another example, like 800 5.6, 600 f4, 500 f4, 400 2.8, 300 2.8, all these big lenses which I just mentioned, they are available for the DSLR, but not for the mirrorless. Now it's coming. It's at the roadmap, but we are talking about another 2 to 3 years to get this kind of maturity level for the lenses. It will take time to reach mirrorless to that level of the DSLR, which we are talking about 100 year of legacy.
Yeah.
Mirrorless will take time. Will take time.
Okay. Let's read a few and wait, where are we? Leo Bautista says, "I love the 850." Yeah, who doesn't? Huh? Who doesn't love the
Yeah,
D850? That's like
D850 is
that's
massive.
that's like the camera of all times. That beats
Look,
every DSLR there, except the pilot cameras, of course. Ali Hamza, I don't know how to read this. Shahar,
mhm.
most probably he tagged a
Max
friend.
versus Pakistan. Calvin, he's asking you.
Hi, how are you? Okay, I do prefer DSLR because of the grip feels good and comfortable. But the Z is okay. I'm comfortable with it, even though
He's good.
the grip is okay compared to. Anyway, we're not sanctioned by Nikon or any brand, so we're okay to say brands right now. And I'm on my channel, so it's not on a Nikon channel. It's not Nikon channel, but I could like, oops, no brands. Oops, I can't say this. Oops, I can't say that. So yeah, I used to use. Okay, I started from Canon. I switched to Sony. Then it's the Nikon. The grip of the Sony is really small, and the grip. The first thing I noticed with the Z are like even on the Z50, it's like spot on. I love the. Yes, agree. I agree. The grip on the what do you call this? The DSLR is perfect, but the problem is you carry that for 10 hours. My God, I have Calios all over every time I carry that on a wedding. The D850. I have to put it down because it strains and like. By the way, one thing you would know when a wedding photographer, if he's like he's been long as a wedding photographer, you have to hold this and this for the calios from the grip. So I have one badly. So yeah,
Uh,
basically, I love the D850. I still have two, so it's still there. I still use it occasionally, but I use a lot of mirrorless lately because it's light, it's easy, it's small in the bag. I could just carry one lens, one. That's it. If I carry the 2470 of the DSLR and I carry the D850, it's so big, and no need. So
See,
yeah,
for the event photography, you're talking about wedding or you're talking about any corporate shoot. For sure, long hours mirrorless is the ultimate solution because of being lightweight, and you need whatever kind of a lenses to cover those events. They are all here already. like 14, 24, 24, 70, 70, 200, all 2.8s are there. Primes are there. Basic primes are there. Yeah, I'm missing 105 and I'm missing 135 and I'm missing 180. Uh, These yeah, because I shoot in that. I shoot with these lenses. Yeah, to be very honest, I don't like 85. My focal length is 105. Today I did a shoot of in a villa for a morning. It was a family kind of a shoot, and I was shooting with 105 f2 DC on D700, and I was shooting with 105 1.8 AIS on D3S, and then I switched to 180 f2.8 D type, and I rarely used 85 1.8 D type. I
Okay.
rarely.
In
So
in
mostly I
yeah.
was 105.
Yeah. In my case, I can't use anything over 85 because in a wedding, in a hotel, 105 would be like close up of their nose already. That's really really tight, and 135 so much more. I would love to use the 135 of the 105, but it's too tight already. Even on an 85, that's really tight. Someone asked, wait, Ali Hassan, next visit of Pakistan. I have no clue. Until most probably COVID would be okay and all, I would love to. I was supposed to go there before COVID, got locked down, and voila. Thank you. Goodbye. Hi, Joseph. Thanks for joining. Here's another question. Why not the Nifty 50? There.
Omar is always asked me why you hate 50 mm, and I have see with 50 mm it's neither too close, neither too wide. It's somewhere in the middle, and I don't like thing in the middle. I just don't. You either go in one direction or another direction. I just can't see 50 mm, especially 1.8, which because you cannot do landscape with it. You cannot do proper portrait with a proper separation with it, and you cannot have even environmental background to do a portrait at 1.8 or 1.4 doesn't matter. Even if you have 51.2, imagine 51.2, which is just released, and now you are trying to take a portrait of anybody, and you try to frame environment with it. You are shooting with 1.2. What you gonna do with the environment? It's already melted.
Erased.
1.2. So it's
Liquefied.
better than it means that that's extra distraction behind. So I'm distracting with the extra blur at the background. So it means that I have to come close. If I come close, it means that I used. So if I come close with 50 mm, I'm using facial distortion will come introducing
So,
into the
and
frame.
also it's social distancing. You have to move back 85 kalas.
Yeah, exactly. So 85 would be very fine. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So that,
Because it goes like this. Don't get me wrong. I love the 50. I really love the 50. But I don't find. I seldom use it in a wedding. Like,
see,
like, like, like,
experts saying.
so seldom. I have three. I have the 35, 50, and 85 just in case. But it's always the 35 and the 85. The 35, let's say, if I put it in percentage, my usage of a 35 is say 50%. My usage of
Wow.
an 85 is no, it's 40, no, sorry, 60% on the 35, 30%, 35% on an 85, and 5% on the 50. I seldom, sometimes I don't even use the 50. It's just there in my bag just in case I need a 50. But besides that, I really, like, again, as I've said, majority of my hero shots or my favorite shots are coming from a 35. Again, don't get me wrong, I love the 50. I so love it. I take photos when occasionally with the 50, but not every time. It's always the 35 because again the field, the depth of field, the separation as well, and the wide. And I get to cover everyone. When I use a 50, it's as you've said, it's in the middle. It's like, okay, move back, move forward, move back, move forward. And wide
It's
gives
like gravy.
wide gives the drama, tight gives the drama, medium makes it ordinary. There, it's something like that. So Yeah, something like that.
Not so 50 I don't like, honestly.
Hi, Winston. Thanks for joining. Muhammad says, would you guys talk on photo generalist? What does that mean?
Photojournalism. Okay. Photojournalism is like, see, I'm not a photojournalist, okay, but taking photojournalism is like you really need to open your eyes and see what's going on around you, and for that, um, you need, of course, 2470. It's better to have 2.8, so you can quickly zoom and adjust.
Thank,
Yeah,
thanks to you.
welcome. You're welcome.
Thanks to you.
That's my lens, which is with Calvin right now. Anyways, so I believe most of the in past most of the photojournalists was using 28 or 35 primes, so they don't have to worry about it. You have to use the feet to do the zooming. Uh, but photojournalism is not easy. It's very hard because if you are in an accident or any blast happen or God forbidden any war situation, you are seeing blood everywhere, and you really need to have nerves of steel to cover all those things. So it's not for like soft heart people like me. I can't do that.
You know,
I can't.
that's my war photography is my dream. I always wanted to be a war photographer. Always.
Yeah.
But after firstborn, let's forget about war photojournalism. Forget about war photography. Never mind. Let's do wedding. Too
You are
risky,
doing
too
great, man.
dangerous.
You are doing great in writing.
Yeah.
I never done wedding photography. Yeah, I did couple of my cousins shoot. Okay, even in my in-laws, I did my couple of shoots, but I was not there as a photographer. I was there as a guest in all those weddings which happened in the family, and I was covering them occasionally. Like I was sitting as a guest, I look and light. Okay, nobody's seeing. Take out the camera, take few shots, put it back. So, I don't want to be a photographer, which everybody see and say, "Oh, Babar is here with the camera. Let's come take a group shot." No, 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 no. Please, I don't do that. So I covered like this. So I don't know how you guys do, man,
No,
but
no,
I
no,
know it's very
because
hard.
it goes like this. Usually when they book, when they say one photographer, I was like, nah, you can't. It has to be two. Why? Because I'm doing the art shot, and one of my photographer or my lead, I call him the lead photographer. I'm not the lead photographer most of the time because he just basically shoot the boring picture, the family picture, the dance floor, and all that. Those like kind of stuff. Like my second shooter can do. The rest are basically shooting 35, shooting 85, or 70, 200, tight shot, dramatic shots, emotion shots. That's what I do. And the rest, that's him. I can't stand really long anymore because it's really, really tiring. So we alternate. And I also tell him if it's just one photographer, what if I want to go to the restroom? I can't go. I can't leave you there. That's why you have to hire two photographers.
Okay.
Upscaling it in some ways.
No,
Then
that's
go
true.
then go to the washroom. What if something happens? What if you she throws you in the swimming pool? What if your mom kisses you and all that? I won't be there. So I'm like, okay, I'll get two photographers then. So there.
So,
Guys, feel free to ask question. We're just talking nonsense here. We're like we're just
no, okay.
we just
No, I like to take this opportunity. I like to talk about some black and white photography.
okay.
So why black and white and what exactly with the black and white and stuff. Here is the thing. Because I attended a session last week from one of the very talented guy from Pakistan. He do black and white photography, and he was just telling his experience how he do the black and white photography and what kind of things that he looking into black and white photography. So I thought, okay, let me do a session. And fortunately, we just discussed today, and I'm thinking, okay, right now it's a good opportunity to share the same thing which I'm supposed to speak, and using your channel, I will speak so everybody gets this idea. But I have a question for you, Calvin. You like black and white photography?
I love. No, no. Here's the thing. If I could only shoot wedding in black and white, I'll shoot it in black and white all the way. That's the thing.
But you,
I
but you
can't because
don't.
the guests don't want to. Because every dramatic shot, every emotional shot, every like that kind of emotion is in black and white.
Okay.
It tells more to the picture rather than color for me. I love black and white. I have lots of black and white, like literally a lot. And when I take a picture, like okay, I shot it in color, but that's like
You say that
when I see
in
it,
your mind, you say
yeah,
color.
that's black and white already. It's literally yes, I do see it in black and white, in color, but in my mind that's already black and white. So
Yeah, it's there. You
it's
will be
there
processing
already.
it black and white.
Yeah, I'm processing it. My eye is processing it already. The camera sees it in color. So that's the thing. Once you see it, oh shit, that's definitely black and white.
Okay. So you shoot in RAW or JPEG
I shoot.
for the.
Okay, it goes like this: warming up, shooting some few details. It's still raw, medium, raw, medium, raw, medium. Then okay, I see like okay, the bride is in like a silhouette, money shot, raw, large. Okay, I shoot. I'm using Z7. So if something comes up that it's a money shot, like I wanted to make it as a poster or like a wow or like something big or something awesome, or I want to put it in a big frame, something in the future, I'm gonna shoot it large. If it's just like normal details, like okay, shoot it raw medium. Then once entrance comes in, I see the lighting, it's quite bad, it's like crazy. Okay, let me put it in large just in case I could crop it in some ways. Then dance floor, JPEG. I don't want to process anything. I'm just gonna shoot JPEG as long as again shoot it right so you don't have to do anything. Yes, there are crazy lights over there, but I can still fix it in post if just in case or I washed out too much, or I simply put it in P mode, or I put it in AV mode. I put it depending on how harsh the light is, or I put it in auto ISO. So whatever happens, I'm not gonna wash out because if I put it in manual all the way, they give me okay, you meter it, tak 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 tak, then suddenly two strobes lights pops up, boom. Then it's just like kiss, and it's wash out. So just that's why I adjust depending on the scenario, depending on the scene, depending on what's happening. So it goes like that.
You have,
Uh,
do you have any shortcut in your camera to do these quick
yeah,
changes?
yeah, yeah. I have. You see the U1, U2, U3. It's
Yeah.
basically I've set it for those settings. So even the U1, U2, U3 has a shortcut in the main menu. So it's like okay, it's time for it's warm up. It's starting up. So I'll set it in U1. So JPEG RAW, it's there. So it's all here. If it's sports, I have settings also for the focusing and all. By the way, the third the third one, my god, like why the hell is it turning at 5.6? Why is it f8? Like oh, shortcut button. Like, I have to
What do
configure,
you?
like I had to disable it. Like oh shit, every time like why is it turning dark? Like why is it turning dark? Yeah,
Yeah, it happens.
yeah,
It's quick accidentally.
yeah.
It's accident.
Yeah, accidentally always pressed it that way, so it's kind of annoying sometimes. But I turned it off already. There's a question: how's the image quality of the Z6 and the Z6 II? It's identically the same.
It's the same.
The
Yeah,
same.
it's the same.
The
The
same.
same.
It's the same. Here's the
Okay.
thing: when I shoot video, I would notice the difference. The and my favorite is the what's that called, Babar? The red one in the middle, the focusing that you just
The wide
basically
area focus. The
yeah
wide
that
area.
no no not the there's a new menu right below. Like there's three buttons there. Like you could just in a certain area. It just focus in this certain area and
Oh,
face detection.
a wide area. That's called wide area. I detect focus for human and animals separately. That box. So you move that box, and it will only do the focus in
Yeah,
that
it's just
box.
gonna focus there. The big advantage
Yeah.
of that is on a large
Yeah.
crowd, the bride and the groom is usually in the middle.
Yeah.
If
So you
it's
just
wide
put
focusing,
that box,
yeah, the box and the
box on
bride
the
and the broom, put them in the middle, put in a
yeah,
1430, done. I'm not gonna close my eyes. I'm just gonna shoot the group.
shooting, shooting.
They're focused every time. I'm not gonna close my eyes. I don't need to look at it. It's focused on the spot every time. Before, Allah, the focusing goes crazy. It
Yeah.
just goes
So
crazy. So, yeah, if you're
it's
gonna
actually
buy, yeah, I the just to follow up, just to add on, the big advantage of the Z6 is the extra memory. You have double backup. That's it. For
yeah.
me, that's
It's
personal.
very
Yeah,
it's
it's
very
very
important.
important. Oh, guess what? I had a shoot the other day. I used the C7 single card. Went home, all gone. Like shit. Okay,
Seriously,
I could curse. I'm not in Nikon Facebook page. Shit, what happened? Like literally all gone.
what
Imagine
happened?
that, all gone. And it was a
Why?
fashion shoot with
God,
Gailandi. Like all gone. So like, oh shit. I went to the computer, check it, it's gone. Put in the camera, all gone. Like what the hell happened? I don't know what happened. I went to the computer, restore the files, like recover it. It's all there. It got erased.
but you have the memory
Yeah,
software
it's still
saved it.
there. It's still in the card, but something somehow it got erased. Imagine that.
But did it recover?
Yeah, I recovered. I recovered. I recovered everything. So thank God for that. But it's crazy. Kelvin, your thoughts on 12 megapixels? You talk about Z7 and cropping frame for your choice. Is it the right choice? Um,
There are two questions actually.
yeah,
He's asking two questions.
you could answer the 12 megapixel. You answered. You told me that last time.
No,
But
no, he's asking you,
but
man.
I'm not the thoughts on the 12 megapixel.
You shot with any 12 megapixel camera?
Sorry.
Did you shot with any 12 megapixel camera?
The Sony before the A7S. That's the S,
Yes.
right? Yeah, it's the S. That's the S. I've shot that before. I've used that before. I even used that for weddings. It's okay. It's sharp. Of course, nothing. You gave the client JPEG, but again, I just can't super enlarge it. But again, it's okay with the client. And cropping frame of your choice, is it right choice? I'm not sure if I got that question.
He
I
will ask again.
Yeah, I do a follow up question. I'm not clear with the question. I crop only when I need to. I crop when I'm short of, let's say, I'm using a 2470 and I want to slightly zoom it in or slightly adjust it, but not in a way like in my mind already. I want to crop it. It's not that. It's not like that. I crop only for emergency purpose. Like if I need to, if let's say example, I have a 35 only and I need to slightly zoom it. I have to crop it, of course. Or there's something like a trash bag, or there's someone picking her nose or his nose on the side. I have to crop those and slightly zoom it in. But besides that, my mentality is 35 is 35. Your brain is programmed ready to shoot 35 and that's it. Only if you need to crop. That's it. That's the only thing I'm going to crop it.
People think that if you have more megapixel, it's good for cropping because you still can have retain the details even after cropping. So that's why many people don't want to care about the framing while shooting
Yeah.
because they say, oh, we have 46
I'll crop
megapixel,
it.
50.
I'll crop it. I'll crop it.
Man, come on. You have to think
Shoot
about
it
the
right,
cropping.
then you don't have to crop. That's the mentality. That's how I shoot. I don't think that I'm going to crop it. I'm shoot it, but only again, it's only case to case basis. Only on an emergency. Like example, I'm like in the middle of like I can't move or anything. Then I have to crop. I have to adjust in that way. But again, shoot it right, then you don't have to crop anymore. Or bring the right lens, you don't have to crop anymore. Simple as that.
So, okay, do you have any specific gears that you choose for black and white? Because I do.
35. I use the
37 body.
1.8, 35. It's always
And
the
is that
35.
7 or Z6? Which one you go with?
I prefer the Z7 because I wanted again, the dramatic shot, the poster shots, the money shots, the wow shots are like on a really high megapixel. I use the full row and that's it. Sometimes you forget to switch it on JPEG, and okay, it's okay, it's there, it's okay, it's still okay. You shot it right, nothing to adjust. But basically, that's it. You,
You
what do
know,
you use?
I am very picky when it comes to black and white because I used so many Nikon DSLR, and based on my limited experience, the D700 gives the best tonality, best monochrome tonality. After that, you get the D780, not D7, sorry, D850. The second camera is D850, which gives you the tonality that you go for. Third camera is the 780, D780, also gives good tonality. But the proper tonality that you really get straight out of the camera, which you don't even need to touch, D700 or D3S. These are two my, but still, D700 is my top of the top. You cannot, no camera has surpassed in
That's
my
D100.
in my list top to D700. No one. The by the way, I also shoot Fujifilm medium format GFX 50R. Now, GFX 50R is medium format is a whole different world
Yeah,
by
yeah,
itself.
yeah.
So, where I what I did recently, I did an experiment. I used the Nikon full frame lens 85 1.8 D type, and I used on GFX. Oh my god! I was like, what the hell happened? Because the lens was already producing creamier background, out of focus rendition. Tonality of the focused area and background was coming from the GFX 50R sensor. Calvin, ah man, I'll send you the raw files. I swear, you just go and try to edit, and you will like, damn man, this is something really cool. So, yeah, but it's medium format again, and it was creating heavy vignetting at the corner, and I was like, okay, fine, it's fine. But my go-to, by the way, my go-to camera, D700, for there are two lenses, and I cannot shoot anything else other than these two lenses when it comes to black and white portrait. One is 105 f2 DC,
Whew.
but my main all-time black and white lens is 105 f 1.8 AIS manual focus. That lens, oh my! And by the way, if I'm doing personal projects like any portrait model, which for me, I go for 105 1.8 AIS manual focus straight away. But if you have corporate shoot, paid shoot, where it is like on the clock, just bang, 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 then I use 105 f2 DC because focus click, focus click, focus click. I don't have time for manual focus. But when I have time, I take my time. And these two lenses and D700 gives me so much of tones, so much of tonality that I can't even how do I say? I wish I could say you because today I did a shoot with D700 and D3S and I used these lenses. And man, when model saw it, she was like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" She was constantly saying, "Oh my god," and I was like, "Man, for me it's a normal thing, but for her, she was so conscious about her right side that she don't want to shoot from the right hand side of her face. So she was very afraid. She was constantly giving me this side. And I was like, man, for some reason, I changed the direction of the light. And I said, okay, can you move this? And I showed her this side. The moment she saw the image, she was like, I never let anybody shoot my this side. But the way you took the image, it's beautiful. And then she started posing this side easily. Because she saw the result. So I was so much confident with my because my hand, my mind is so much tuned with these two lenses and with this camera. You give me any scenario and I'll give you the result. That's the way I do black and white.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's customized profile. I have custom profile in my camera D700. So
Same, right?
I,
It makes our life easier with the custom profiles.
of
Like
course,
funny,
of
funny,
course.
funny thing is like sometimes my team would ask me, "How do I set this and that?" I can't tell them upfront. Go to menu, go to this, 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 this. I can't. I would like give me the camera. let me hold it. Like even if I like close my eyes, I'm like, okay, I would adjust it. But if I tell you like menu click U D4 this I can't I'm
Get
like
away. Yes.
I get lost. But if I hold the camera, it's like okay, here done.
Done.
What did you
Done.
do? Oh, I can't
Nothing.
remember. I can't remember. But
Nothing.
I
Nothing. Nothing.
your hand is like muscle memory already. Your hands would know like okay, set it from here, set it from here.
I
And
have my muscle memory for all the cameras for like for every it doesn't matter D850, D700, D4S, D3S, even crop bodies D500, Z50, Z7, Z6. I have by default one setting, so I just
the
pull
annoying is
one.
the Z from Z50 to Z6. The play button and it's like Z50. Oh no, Z50. Oh, here's another story. The funny thing is when I switch from Canon to Nikon, I was like crazy enough to do my first wedding, to do a wedding outside the country in Edinburgh. I used a D810 first time, did a wedding
Mhm.
there, first time to use a Nikon. I was like, because I told them, guys, if you're gonna pick me for D850, I need to test. I need to know how to use the Nikon. I don't know how to use it. Like
Mhm.
I literally don't know. So I was like, okay, here's the D810. They sent me a D810. Like here's two D810, 2470. And I'm like, okay, I was okay. It was like, ta, ta, ta. Oh wow, the flash. Oh wow, oh wow. Then suddenly, when the funniest thing is like switching the lens. My God, that was like why the hell? Oh shit, it's the other way around. Like, why the every time? Like, I had a 58 millimeter, 58, 24, 70, 200 in a macro. I've been switching lenses. I have a 35 as well. I was like switching lenses. Like, ah, 5 seconds delay every time. Like, the other way around. It's always the other way around. It's just crazy. It's a funny story.
Even the zoom ring,
Yeah,
it's
it's
way around.
yeah. I saw that. I just discovered it the other day. You could reverse it or something. uh, Hu- Humad
High windy.
asked high windy conditions in art of landscape. I don't understand the question.
I don't know why. I
Yeah,
believe how you handle
high
because
windy or art landscape. I don't. I
I
go home.
believe
I sleep. I don't want to
no, no,
shoot in high windy conditions.
no. What I understand from his question, like mostly when you do a landscape photography, you use filters and you do long exposures. So in high windy conditions, you are putting a camera on long exposure. So I believe there is a camera shake. How to handle that? This is what I understand. What do you think?
Yeah, same. I think it's if a high condition and how do you take a photo of landscape in a high windy condition. I'll go home, wait for it, wait for the wind. But that's me. I'm not a landscape photographer. I'm like, I'm not gonna go there. Like, okay, let's wait for tomorrow. I'll wait for tomorrow. Or like, forget it. You go shoot. I'm not gonna shoot.
Okay, there is one question about manual lens and bird photography.
Oh yeah, I know. I would never do that. I don't have a single manual lens because my eyes is blind. I cannot see. I depend on autofocus, so it's just crazy. I can't do manual. Even with the what do you call this focus picking. Oh my god, I'm like, huh? I got it right
Did
on
you try
focus
focus
picking.
picking?
Yeah, I did. I did. I can't. I really can't. My probability of having a bad shot or a blurry image would be like 80%. So I'm like, no, 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 no. It's that bad. So I can't do manual. What you do, man? When we did the birding, you're just sick crazy. I'm like, what the heck? Like I was like, long lens and oh shit, this is crazy. I can't do that.
But you there you have 302.8 on
Yeah.
D500. How was your experience with it?
Huh? Oh, I love it. It's awesome. It's really awesome. It's really, really, really great lens. I look for one. Don't worry, I'll find one soon. I look for that white one.
White lens from
Yeah,
Nikon.
the white
You know,
lens.
I missed 400 2.8. I missed 500 f4. They was also available, but of course I don't have money at that time. It was available on eBay, so I found the 80 to 200 2.8 in white and 300 2.8 in white. but I missed 400, 2.8, 500 f4. They were there. I would have complete series.
Yeah, that would be really really nice. I miss those lenses. I had those in Canon before when I was a
So
busy birding.
you were shooting sports with Canon? Did you
Yeah, yeah,
ever
before,
try?
before, and
How
a
was it?
few birding here and there. Same. I always believe in the one behind the camera. It doesn't matter what brand or anything. It helps. It helps. The color is
Okay.
nice, flashy.
How much the percentage we are talking about? The gear helps. Okay, fine. The main difference maker is the guy behind the camera. But
Okay.
okay, the guy is the same, and you give him the different.
Okay.
Uh,
I'll give you a percentage. Okay.
yeah, I want to know.
I'll give you
Because
a
you are
percentage.
the guy who did that.
I'll
You are
give
the
you
guy.
a percentage on that. It's let's put it. Okay, I slightly change it now. Okay, let's put it 40% gears. Okay, this is very important. 40% gears, 40% skills. Okay, they're still missing, right?
20.
Yeah, they're still missing 20. Okay, and another rephrase. 30% skills, 30% gears. Okay, so we have 60, right? So we're missing 40, right? So what's
Yeah,
the other 40, right? It's always the 20. I usually tell the people it's attitude, 20% attitude, and 20% looks. How you present yourself to a client. How do you, how do you like? Damn, I've got friends in Facebook attending wedding wearing t-shirts and jeans. For God's sake, it's a formal event. You don't go weddings wearing jeans and all that, right? And it's always attitude. You don't even if you think you're good, you're still not good because there's someone better than you. That's for sure, right? So
oh,
you don't put air in your head and telling yourself I'm the best photographer because you're not. Okay, so it's always attitude for me, regardless of gears. And man, when we're new, how many gears you buy? Like I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Even now, you still do that. You still buy everything.
I,
But
I
it boils down to one camera. You're still using the D700, right? The D3. That's still your favorite. You still buy it because it's just a hobby now. It's like okay, I like this, but it's
You know why I buy? Why I buy? Because I love to do experiments. I love to learn technical things about camera. This is what I learned in 2019, in the end of 2019, that my main hobby about photography is not capturing the images. It's about learning. This is my main hobby.
yeah, yeah. That's the
That
same thing. Yeah, the same
I
thing happened.
learn. I love to learn, do the experiment, cross crossing the format, like use the crop sensor lens on full frame of 1.8 and make a result of 1.4. Who does that? Who is crazy enough to do that? I am. I do that. Like you give me 1.8 lens and I'll give you the result of 1.4 out of it. How? Only I know.
Yeah,
I know how to do.
yeah. Same
So
thing
I
with
do
like
this thing.
exactly. So yeah, it goes like that. No, wait. Let's answer this question. I'm struggling shooting Z6 outdoor with direct sunlight when my client is wearing white and the detailed white clothes are missing. I never experienced this with my D750.
Very easy. Expose dial -1 EV exposure compensation you will get.
Yeah,
And it's Z6. And it's Z6. Even in post processing, you still can get
you
out
could
from
still get
all the
details.
data
Yeah,
from
you
my post processing.
you basically underexpose it and brief it up in post
Yeah,
production,
it's
or
very easy.
you basically flash it out. You put in some flash. I would because I shoot AV most of the time, so especially when using run and gun or pre wedding. So I just play around with plus minus, plus minus, plus minus, and that's it. I stay with I have a shaky hand, so I can't go below 1 over 200. I'll have blurry images if I go below 1 over 200. That's me. Okay? But I would recommend that to my teammate as well and my colleagues because they have blurry hands as well. So even though okay, let's shoot one over this. So I beefed it up the higher ISO, lower aperture, then adjust AV mode plus minus. Against the light, it's usually plus one or even if I want to catch those, I would do the opposite or I would change the metering because it's basically
The spot metering, you go for
the
that.
spot metering. Yeah, the spot metering. See, I can't. I have to get the. I have to get the mobile phone and check where it is. Yeah, the spot metering. I changed the spot metering, or there's another one, like super, like with this. Like I lock the.
Metering, yeah.
Yeah. There.
Highlighted. Metering highlighted.
Yeah, there, because
I
Babar is the tech.
highlight.
Babar is the technical one. I'm like basically use it and I know how to use it. That's it. Cause I don't want to worry about technical things. That's why I usually use AV mode. Cause weddings are kind of fast in a way.
Uh,
And
but I have a
go.
question. Even in you are shooting in AV mode, how you are fixing the 200 shutter speed in AV mode? For other people, I know how to do that, but for just other people, I want you to tell them.
How? How did I use it? Wait, I told you. Wait, I can't remember. How do I lock it down? It just does that to me all the
Even
time.
if you are in aperture priority, how you lock the 200 shutter speed in aperture priority?
You could put a flash and turn off the flash. Fastest way.
No,
How do you do it?
it's through auto ISO.
Yeah, that's
You go to the auto ISO, you put the minimum shutter speed 200. That's it. So if you are aperture priority or shutter priority
yeah.
or
It's
whatever,
already auto ISO. That's why.
so in auto ISO menu, you define your minimum shutter speed 200. So in this way, whenever the camera shutter speed goes down 200,
It
the
goes up.
ISO
The
goes.
ISO goes up. Yeah. Thank you for that.
So
So
welcome.
if it's technical, it's Babar. I messaged him the other day. Babar, how do you turn on the flash for this, and this? He messaged me like, do this, do this. Okay. Thank you. Oh god. And here's the thing. I'm not afraid to admit that I don't know it. I'm not afraid to ask
Love
people.
this.
I'm not afraid to ask people that I need help. I'm not afraid to like I don't know how to do that. Teach me.
All the viewers. Here's the thing. Calvin is the Nike ambassador, and I am just a hobbyist photographer. I am just a hobbyist, and being a ambassador, he is still sometimes message me, ask me, and I always welcome him and always share my information, whatever I have. So that makes him a great human being, a great photographer, and we all must learn from him. This honestly.
Here's the best part. My God, we went to Japan. To Japan. All the big names, like all the big names, are there in one room. I thought to myself, like, what the heck am I doing here? Like, shit, what am I doing here? It's like, okay. We were shooting. We were like, okay, test shooting the D850 and everything. I was like, how do you adjust? I'm telling you, like, how do you just okay here and everyone was like so friendly and they know that I came from Canon, so I don't know shit. I'm like, how do you like how do like don't worry, Kelvin, we'll help you. Everyone was like guiding me through, like, okay. Then once I got the hang of it, my god, all the
I
names.
was in Karachi. It's same thing. I was in Karachi last like 3 weeks ago, almost a month ago. So what happened was I was standing in one of the Nikon outlet uh, where they're selling the cameras. So so the guy who was the shopkeeper, he is a very good friend of mine, like a brother. So I went to meet him. The moment I get under, so I saw there are two guys standing, and they gave the camera to him. There was some having an issue, and I just say, "Oh hi, how are you?" And I just keep quiet. For after 2 3 minutes, 5 minutes, they were still not able to figure out what the issue was. And then I asked, okay, what happened? He said, well, whenever they take the picture, and they play back, they see the focus point appear where it focused. They want that focus point to be disappear. So, well, it's so easy. You go into the playback menu, you go into the
Checkbox.
and
There's like
the
a
very first menu and unbox it.
yeah.
Simple. I unbox, okay, and done. And then I took the picture and playback. The dot was gone. And the guy who bring the camera, he was a shopkeeper and he was selling the camera for a long time. And I was like, okay, it's okay, no problem. But that was the learning experience for everybody, whoever was watching me, whatever I was doing. That's one incident. And there is another incident about like the guy bought Z5 and he was struggling with the moment. Remember high ISO,
Yeah.
that thing of Z5,
Yeah.
that incident, that chat thread. So it was the same thing. He gave me the camera very well. Whenever I shoot high ISO, I'm losing the details. I was like, okay, you have to slow down the shutter speed. The camera got IPS, but it will compensate your handshake, but it will not compensate the subject movement. This is another, I swear to God, this is another misconception. Like if the lens has VR or VC or IS or camera body got IBS in it, so it means that you will never get a shaky shot. You will never get a shaky shots. Man, you still get a shaky shots because these VC, VR, or IS, or in camera body stabilization of the sensor, they are meant for your to compensate your shaking, your hand shaking. It's never going to compensate the subject shaking which you are shooting. If the subject is moving, still you are going to get shaky shots. And people are like, I'm still getting, shaky images. I still have VR, IBS, all that blah blah. Still getting shaky shots. Man, your subject is moving. Make it stop. Then you will get the static shot. So the guy
Oh.
with the Z5, he was also suffering, and I guided him. Do this, do that, do that. And because whenever you shoot high ISO, of course the image is going to be less sharp because of the high ISO. So now there are two ways to handle it. Either slow down your shutter speed or get flash. But if you cannot do that, then you have to enable the in-camera high ISO noise reduction. This will reduce the noise significantly. You don't have too much to the processing in Photoshop. You don't have to rely you because camera will be doing heavy lifting for you. And I can SNR firmware in all these mirrorless cameras. They are so advanced. Even in D750, man, D780. I was shooting at 6400 ISO. Total clean. Total clean. 780. It's so good. Because I enabled the high ISO noise reduction. So camera already reduced the noise for me. I don't have to do anything. What's your thought on that? How much ISO you shoot?
It's constant at 5,000 on evening time on weddings. It's always on 5,000. I stay on
On
5,000.
Z6.
On
Z6 or
the
Z7?
Z6, on the Z7, it's slightly lower because I've noticed the Z7 has a little more noise than the Z6. That's
Because it has
basically, yeah.
higher
But I
mouthpieces.
compensate that to high noise reduction. That's it. I don't mind. It's always, I don't, here's the thing. I never looked at my picture in a microscope. I don't. I don't.
Everybody,
I never do that.
everybody listen. Listen
Yeah.
to him.
I
Listen
never
to him.
looked at my picture this close. Okay? Imagine you go to an art gallery. Okay? You see Mona Lisa, right? You don't do that, right? You step back, look at it,
And appreciate it.
appreciate it, right? You don't like, shit, there's noise. Oh shit, it's pixelated. You don't. It's not money you check if it's fake or not. It's a picture, right? So it's just I've seen a lot of like chats and all its posts and all like crazy
There was a
details.
yeah,
I'm like, okay, okay, hands up, ma'am.
you you use the word pixelation.
Yeah.
Okay, there was somebody who was see, I'm not making fun of everybody, but that was sound really funny because the guy, the way he asked, he said, I was shooting in dark and when I took the picture, I zoomed in, I saw the pixel was broken. I was like, what?
Broken.
Broken. He
Yeah.
literally used the word pixel broken. And
The
for a
square,
moment I was
square,
like,
square.
okay. So I tried to wrap my head around his sentence, how the pixel can be broken. But I realized what he meant. So I explained him. If you are zooming too much, too much, so you are having pixelation. So try to see the image from far, not much. And I was like, man, people are so much crazy about this. You believe on light or you believe on moments? Which one is your preference?
Light because I can make them. Actually, it's. I think it's balanced, no? Because
Imagine if you have bad light, but you have the perfect moment. Or if you have a perfect light, but bad moment.
no, I
How do you
okay. I'll pick the light. I pick the light because I could fake the moment. I could fake the light as well, but I could fake the. Okay, here's the trick. Okay, if you wait for the moment, fuck it. There's the exact words. Fuck it. Forget about it. That's never gonna happen. Make it happen, right? That's what I do. I make it happen. I make the moment happen. Then take a picture. Okay, I didn't take it. Let's do it again. Fake it. The key to money shots, like the key to taking those moments, except for some birds, animals, and all that, you can't. But in human, in weddings, I'll fake it. Like, okay, mom, okay, hold that position, stay there. Sister, hold the phone, jump, do whatever. You, move. Okay, let me move back. Okay, done. I got the shot. I'm happy. That's the money
just
shot.
like you staged some
Yeah,
shots?
yeah. And video, I have to direct because if I wait, I don't want to wait 30 minutes just for that moment. I don't want to wait even 5 minutes for that moment. It's there, okay? Okay, as a wedding photographer, you
Felt,
always say
you
you want to anticipate it, right? You're gonna wait for it. You're anticipating the
felt,
kiss. Like, alas, kiss! Hurry up! My hands are tired. Kiss! Lala, go kiss, kiss! Okay, done. Finish, right? So, so you're there. You're anticipating the moment. At the same time, you're telling them to what to do already, because that might not happen, and you're still there waiting for them to like, okay, hurry, kiss, kiss, kiss. They're not gonna kiss. The mom's there, so how will they kiss? They're not gonna kiss when mom is looking. The mom get out of the room. Then you tell the mom to, Auntie, could you just step up? When they come, now kiss, kiss,
turn
kiss,
around,
yalla, 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 kiss, kiss, kiss,
turn
kiss.
around.
Okay, you see, so you do that. So again, but I prefer light, but because again, if light is wonderful, you get all the wonderful shots, moments. I could always magic
Make it
it in
happen.
some ways, yeah. But of course, again, as I've said, landscape is exception. Birds,
Okay, imagine you don't have to mirrorless
okay,
and you are given DSLR
okay.
for wedding. You still going to do it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
still do. Because we did a double booking. We don't have any cameras left. I borrowed from Nikon. It's not available. It's all in the field. They have an event, and also I don't have a spare. I used the D850. Okay, I used the D850, and I did a 35 millimeter all the way. And I used the D7500. I used the D7500 for guest shots for like, yeah, group. Just I call it kill the shutter cameras. Okay, so like
And
I don't care.
those shots from D7500 was all JPEGs.
Yeah, they're all JPEGs because I know the light already, so it's there already. I don't need to adjust it. right? So why would I put it in RAW? Because the light is already. Because technically, shoot. Okay, if I shoot it and I give it to the client, that's it. Okay, yes. Sometimes I might crop it. I might tilt it, tilt a bit, move a bit, miss crop, miss composition. But lighting, focus, everything is okay already. So I could technically give it to the client like, okay, here I'm done. It's it, right? So that's why I shoot JPEG. You make sure you shoot it right already. I love this D750. I was even surprised, like, oh man, oh okay, oh okay. I was like, oh wow. So I was doing that.
D750,
Yep.
D750 was got the best software in it, which renders the image very good.
Mm,
Very good.
yeah. So what I did was I did the D850 with a 35 millimeter. So, so, so I did that. So I put that. I don't have any lens. I'm sorry. That's the only lens available there with a 1.4. So I used that. Okay. So of course I can't shoot behind the scene with that. I can't be seen using that as well. So I used that. So man, I got like I told myself, damn, I miss DSLR as well. Yes, it's heavy. I got Kalios afterwards, but like I missed it. There's some shot that like I missed looking at the eyepiece because but the thing is sometimes like I did it was like a wall. So if I'm on a mirrorless, I would just go there and like flip it and click. Yes, the D850 can, but I'm not convinced with that. So I have to go up the wall, like do this on top of the wall and shoot it there, and using like. And here's the thing, that why are you only there? Move to the left. Move to the left. You're limited to this area only. Move. Oh, you're only there. So it's like, okay, let me recompose and like click. The struggles of adjusting back to the SLR. So I was like, oh yeah, yeah, I remember. Oh, okay. But then again, it was fun experience. I'm okay with any cameras. I don't mind. Even the low end ones. I'll suffer a bit, but
Try this. Try this heavy beast.
the D3S, there's so many people selling that now.
You know, I'm telling you, once you shoot with this camera, 12 megapixel. Oh, oh, oh.
That's the
Telling you.
one. I think that's the one Mohammed was saying, the 12 megapixel.
Yep,
Yeah,
T3S.
yeah, the D3S.
See, I was not convinced. I was not convinced, but when I heard the feedback from the reputable source, I was like, okay, man, I have to try it. And I was having D4S. I was having D4S. And when I tried D3S, so like, why I was shooting with D4S?
3S. Okay, let me check the bezel. Oh, 8.5. They're selling at 8. There's some it's D4S.
No,
Someone
no,
selling D4S at 8.5.
eBay. Buy from eBay. Buy from eBay. Because
Let me
I bought
look.
from eBay.
Yeah, I'll look for it. I'll look for it. Oh shoot! Mouse drop. Ah.
And these beats are so heavy. They are so heavy that you drop it and they're still gonna work.
the
Still
the
gonna work.
the floor is gonna break if you drop it.
Oh, exactly. But if you drop the mirrorless, your heart is gonna break.
Boom! Done. You're done.
Done. You're done. Well, by the way,
Where? Yeah, go.
how many, when you do wedding, how many shots are with artificial lights? And how many shots you do with natural lights in your wedding?
I don't do artificial lights.
You all do natural.
Yeah, if the video team has the artificial light, sometimes I turn it off, or sometimes I use it, but it's for the video. It's there, so might as well use it, right? I'll bounce it off just to diffuse it and all. It's hard because it's pretty dark inside the room, So yeah, that's why schedule is very important. It's a bit earlier, adjustments and all. But again, I try to shoot natural light. I do have the mag mode with me every time for a couple shoot. Of course, I bring lights for that. But if it's
You
drama,
put you put flash on your camera and shoot, like bounce.
it's off camera. It's usually off camera because uh, I'm not, or I bounce it off in a wall that like there's lights farther away from me rather than I bounce it directly in the wall. So yeah, basically that's it. If it's really really dark, I would trigger it in using a different brand flash again. Or the Nikon wireless transmitter is I can't find one until now. So
What?
yeah, I can't.
Ground store guys have. They can
Huh?
arrange it.
No,
Ground
the
store can
Nikon
arrange.
one for the D850 or for they used to have.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
the,
so hard to find. It's
the
just
small one.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the small one. They don't have that. So that's what I wanted. But again, class. I use a Godox and a remote. I don't like again, people who's listening, don't get offended. I don't I'm not a fan of Godox flash. I like it. I like it as a remote flash. I like it for like manual settings, but if I put it on my camera, it's not the same as what I'm using if I use the Nikon. Sorry.
Nikon
Same.
CLS.
Yeah, the
The
flash of
best.
the Nikons are like crazy. Same thing
It's the best in the world.
when I do studio lights, Godox and Profoto. I'm okay with Godox. I could get away with it, but I still love using the Profoto, and I charge more when I use Profoto. As simple as that. So I can charge more. Like I have Profoto. But like, what's your Godox? See, so so it goes like that. So like example when a client comes in, you do coats, right? So you wear a fancy watch, you wear those kind of branded bags, and also you could charge more. It's a matter of perception of people, especially here in Dubai. So if they think you're cheap, they'll charge they'll think you're cheap. So if you think you're expensive, they're expensive. Here's one tip I always tell to a client if they ask me why am I expensive. I always tell them like when you go to a Gucci shop or a Chanel shop or your Hermes, you go in, you buy a bag. Okay, you go in, you get the bag, it's 35,000 dirhams, 30,000, 50,000 dirhams. Do you ever ask for a discount?
Mm,
No, right? No, you
mm.
don't.
Yeah.
You go there because you know the
You just
brand,
buy what.
you know the quality, you know everything. You just buy it. It's the same thing that happened. It's happening to you right now. You come into my shop knowing the quality of work that I have, knowing that I'm expensive. You know already, so don't ask for discount. It goes like that. So you develop that brand in a way like, but nowadays, wala. COVID price discount, please. It's just crazy price right now. Like nothing, no more happy days, nothing. It's just crazy. Price right now are like peanuts, nothing. But now, okay, give it to me. What project do we have left? We have a small budget. Yeah, give it to me. A really small budget. Ah, give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give me whatever your budget you have. Give it to me. That's why I'm so busy right now. Can't complain, right? Because everyone needs to earn money. So it's
Do
like
you sell? Did you ever try to sell your prints to any
no, no.
artist?
I all my images are weddings. I don't have like yours. I don't have. It's all weddings.
Man, see that's the thing. My work is has been transformed. I used to take crappy images, but since late 2019 onwards, I'm more into kind of artistic photos rather than commercial work. My work is not commercial. My mind approach is not commercial. I see the world differently. I don't see the world the way you do. Okay, yesterday what happened. Now that sounds really crazy. And I thought I'm gonna upload that image, but let me show you. Let me show you exactly. Um, and you're not gonna believe what happened. I was Okay. You see this image?
Yeah, the one. Ah, that's a different one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, it is. Okay. This image has been taken from a. Okay. Have you seen now?
Yeah.
This was taken from Nikon D200. Now, nobody even have the camera of D200, but I have it. Why? There is a technical reason for it, and that maximum ISO of that camera is 1600. That's it, 1600. That's the maximum ISO. It's a crop sensor camera. Okay,
10 megapixel.
10 megapixel. Okay, and the thing is, because it's old, it's one of the very few cameras that have CCD sensor, not the CMOS sensor. So the technically speaking, the CMOS sensor is efficient, less takes less energy, but CCD sensor consume a lot of energy. But the color that it produces, oh my god!
It's awesome.
You gonna you gonna say, man, that is what's going on? And then I used the old manual focus 42-year-old lens, 80 to 200, my all-time favorite, 80 to 200 f 4.5 AIS lens.
Yeah.
I put that full frame lens on that D200, and I was standing in the middle of desert, and I don't know why I was there. I was just trying to kill the time, and I just saw the shot. I was standing there for half an hour at this
Particular
in the middle of,
area. Yeah.
yeah, and I was just standing there, here, and then suddenly I saw the sun was setting, and I saw the grass. Like, okay, let's take the image. But in the back of my mind, I was like, man, if I'm going to take with full frame, I have a, I will be having a better dynamic range, stuff like that. Blue, but I don't need that. If I'm because I will be giving myself too much room to edit for the foreground. No, I want foreground to be darker because this is the way I see the image.
Yeah.
It has to be dark. It has to be saddy kind of image. Okay, let's go crop. Let's go with crop sensor. And okay, I said, oh, crop sensor. Who is the best camera in crop sensor from Nikon, which give me good colors, really good colors. I was like, good tonality. And I was like, okay, I have D75 and D7200. I have D500, and I do have D200. Okay, let's try D200. So I took out the D200, put the lens and I went focus, like, boom, and I got it. Now the thing is, I cropped the shot. That's a 10 megapixel camera. I cropped the shot. Even after cropping the shot, it's 3.2 megapixel. The original resolution of this image is right now is 3.2 megapixel. So this is 3.2 megapixel image. Okay, I
Yeah.
hope you
See
can
see
see.
it.
Yeah,
See it. Yeah. 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 Can see it.
and it contains that feeling which I try to capture. Full stop. That's all. So most of the time, there is one shot of mine which was 3 years ago was published. I usually don't participate in the photography competition. I don't. And HIPA, you know HIPA, photography
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
contest.
Yeah. Yeah.
So HIPA happened every year. 3 years ago, I decided to participate, and the theme was on that year was called the moment. That's it, the moment. And I was like, okay, the moment, and I submitted my shot first time in HIPA's history, and I was the finalist. My image was published in the HIPA book, and I was the only Pakistani on that year whose work was published, who got final, who went to the final, and it was published. It was a great honor. And you know what was the image? I'll let me show you the image. It's let me show you. Uh-huh.
Oh, by the way, guys, just in case, please do follow me on my Instagram. Ah,
Yeah,
yes. Nice.
this
How long did you wait for that?
this was a super moon.
Yeah.
This was
Nice.
a super moon shot, and one day before, I was at this. I took from Palm Jumeirah face because the moon was rising behind Burj Al Arab. So I was at Palm Jumeirah. One day before, I did the scouting. I was like, okay, I will take the shot from Palm Jumeirah.
Okay.
The next day, when the super moon was rising, I saw like 200 people standing at the Palm Jumeirah taking the shot of the moonrise. It's like, man, how
Uh,
I'm going to take a different shot from them. When the moon approached to this height, okay, and by the way, I chose D500 for this shot, Nikon D500 crop sensor, and I used the Sigma 120 to 300 2.8 because I need 2.8 at 300, and I don't have 300 2.8 at that time with me. So I used that Sigma lens. And when I did that, I was taking the shot, everybody was taking, and I was like, how I'm going to make difference? Then I climb on the wall. You see the barrier? The wall
yeah.
at the palm?
You,
I climbed on the wall and I was having, because the camera lens was heavy, 120 to 300 2.8 from Sigma, and with T500 with battery grip, it was more heavy. So I put the monopod under the camera and the lens, and I was standing on the wall and I was putting the whole setup on the wall and I was shooting vertical. Okay? And I was waiting. Okay, moon coming. The moment it reached to the hotel, which is outside of the Burj. I bang bang. By the way, that, see, this is the thing. I was shooting in a way where I don't want to Photoshop, and I purposely underexposed the shot. I believe 1.3 EV, 1.7 EV, something like that. Because the idea is, if I'm going to be too much underexposed, I'll get the details of the
LB2,
moon,
yeah.
but I will lose the detail of the building. If
Yeah.
I'm going to be exposing for the building, the moon will be too much highlighted. So I found a sweet spot somewhere in the middle, which I found it. In post processing, I lift up the details of the building, I reduce the highlight of the moon, and I got the shot. So and I wrote a whole blog about it, that how I did
Took that shot now.
that shot. Yeah,
Here's a yeah, lovely shot, bro. Here's another here's one. I would call it pro tip. No, um, what makes you a different photographer, right? Because usually ordinary people would see things in an ordinary way. You're different because you see it in a different way. Okay. In order
totally.
for you to be a different photographer, you need to see it in a different way. If everyone sees it that way, and that's an ordinary picture, simple as that. Okay. One example is there's a waterfalls. What's the first thing ordinary people would do when there's a waterfalls and they have a camera? People would stand, take a photo of the waterfalls. Simple as that. There's a stool, there's a fountain. What would people do? They would sit down on the stool, take the photo with the fountain. That's an ordinary photo. See? So, in order for you to be above the rest, don't take ordinary photos. Think out of the box. Think differently, right? So, because it's a cutthroat market there, especially in weddings. Everyone's shooting the same. Everyone's having the same gears now, right? Everyone's basically almost the same. So why are you different, right? What makes you different? Why would people hire you? So you have to different. You have to see things differently. Because sometimes the a bridesmaid would tell me, "Take a photo of here. This is a nice photo." In the back of my mind, yes,
Mm.
that's a nice photo for you, but not for me. That's an ordinary photo. I would say in a nice way, like, "Okay, I'll take that shot, no problem." Then I take my own shot, just to please the sister, just to please the mom. But delete after. Nah, joke. Like here, show me. Okay, here. Then after delete. Yeah. So yeah, so that's why in order like the reason why I mentioned that is one example is your shot. Okay, imagine how many people are there standing in the palm in the same position. You everyone would have the same shot, right? No one would thought
Exactly.
to go up the wall and take it differently, because exactly that's why I never like photo shoots, group photo shoots where everyone there's like a model in the middle. You take everything and you post it as your portfolio. For God's sake,
What's the difference?
what's the difference? Everyone's the same. Like, okay, everyone has like left, right, left, nine angles of the model doing this. Like, it's the same,
You know,
right?
that's one of the reasons I usually don't go out of a photo walks, because everybody is having the same angle of view. Everybody's shooting the same thing. So what's the point? And
I
even if I go, I don't shoot at all. I just standing there and watching
I
it.
remember we did the like yeah, a photo shoot in Venice, Italy. So there was like a lot of people and all that. They were shooting the bride and the groom. They were everyone was like shh, shh, trigger. I was like, I shoot them. So it's like, I was shooting the photographer. It was like, Halas, you have all the same pictures. So I got a better picture. I got pictures of all of you. So it's like, God, man, can I have a photo? Can I have the photo? It's like, because it's the same. It's the same shot. That's why. Oh, by
Same
the
shot
way,
exactly.
huh? I've
Yes.
noticed as well. I've noticed as well. Like like when you build your portfolio when you're new to photography, for God's sake, hire a professional model. don't get don't get X deals or collabs free model wannabes. Yes, you can't afford it or what. Save up some money, because it really really helps a lot to build your portfolio rather than getting a model. A model wannabe, like model wannabe comes in like, okay, let's ready. How do I pose? Aren't you the
Uh,
model? I'm the photographer. You're the model, right? So pose, right? Because it helps. You spend money to build a good portfolio. Simple as that.
I'll share with you a quick. I'll share with you a now
Go go
only. I'll
go.
share. Yeah, an incident. 2 years ago, Joe McNally came for this exposure, not exposure, yeah, exposure. 2 years
Yeah.
ago, exposure, 2018, and I am a big fan of Joe McNally,
Who
like
isn't?
crazy fan.
Who isn't? Huh?
Yeah, so when in 2014 he came, I attended his workshop. It was a paid workshop, and I paid $1,000 for attending his workshop, and I got selected. I was lucky because my work was that great. He interviewed it, and uh, and he said, "Okay, you can join my workshop." Then, after that, uh, in 2 years ago, he came back for exposure because he was one of the guest speakers of the exposures. And then um, he also announced a workshop. He said, "Come and join me," and it was a paid workshop. And I again, with Joe McClally, even though I know everything, I still paid just to see him, just to meet him. Maybe I'm gonna learn something new. Right? See, I'm coming to the point of view that go and ask for a professional model to support, and you will be surprised what happened next. So I went for a Joe McGalley workshop, and Joe McGalley said, "We'll go to Islamic culture in Sharjah. We have two models, and we're gonna shoot over there." And I was like, "Okay, fine." And I was just keep quiet, nothing. So Joe McNally was alone. He didn't have his
This
regular assistant, which was what is called. I forget his name. The young guy. He was always with him. He was not there. His wife Annie was not with him. He was totally alone, and he was having so much of gears with him. He always carries so much of gears. So he was a poor guy. Like I call him poor because he was alone and nobody was supporting him. So I was literally carrying his bag from car to inside of the Sharjah Museum, the Sharjah Islamic Culture Museum, and even back. And he was like truly appreciated. While inside, before inside at the exposure, we met two models. One model was Sama. No, okay. No, one model was Sama. There was another one. For some reason, I saw Sama and I was like, man, there's something different about that model. But I didn't say anything. I was quiet. They took models and us to Islamic culture, Sharjah Islamic culture, and we were shooting there. So Joe McLary, what did he divided the group into two parts. He gave one model to one group and one model to another group. So the group in which I was shooting was Sama, and they were having multiple people, and he put the flash and everything back into the camera, and he was having Z7. He was shooting with 2470 and 2.8, and mm, and he was no 1430. He was having no, it was 2470. Yeah, 2470, and he was shooting her. He put up the setup, and he said, "Okay, go and shoot the model." So before me, there was like 3 or 4 guys. They were shooting Sama, and I was just standing back and keep quiet, not doing nothing. When my and I purposely put myself in the last. I said, "Shoot everything, do whatever you like. I'll shoot in the last." While in the middle, everybody was shooting. I went to Sama and I told her, "Listen, ma'am, I'm gonna shoot you in black and white because the way I see your face, because of your jawline and the way you look, I believe your image is going to be looking more stunning because of your facial features, and it will look really nice and there's a kind of a hard light, kind of a moody light. And I'm gonna shoot black and white, and you will see you're gonna like it." And she thought I'm just any other guy who's like, okay. She didn't pay me attention after that. You're like, okay. She said like this. I was like, okay. Then Joe McKelly came and he started giving the inputs to all the guys. And he said exactly the same word,
Black
which I
and
said to that she got a beautiful jawline, gonna look moody in the, she gonna look beautiful in the moody moonlight. And someone turned to me and she started smiling. And I was like, and I was smiling towards her. I was like, see, I told you. Then my turn came, and I took the shot wide angle where the architecture of the Islamic Museum was there, and I particularly chose the light from this direction far away, and I just asked her, give me the pose towards this. I only shot one frame. I showed her, and she was like, wow. She was like, wow. From that day onwards, she is so much supporting for me, and she's a full time pro. She's a full time pro. So whenever we ask, I ask her, can I shoot? And do you free? She never say no to me because she's a pro.
yeah,
But again, here is the thing. Here is the thing. My work has justified my position in front of her eye that she is ready to do shoot when she is free. If she thought, okay, I'm just my work is just any other thing, maybe she's not gonna collaborate me or not gonna shoot me next time. So this is the after your input, after what you just said, hire a professional model. I also like to share with you that your work speak for yourself. Your work should be enough credible that nobody even dare to say to you no. If your work is ordinary, even no matter if it's free or even if you're paying the model, you're wasting your time and your money and your model time. Because model getting paid in the end, for her it's nothing. It's a good money, easy money.
yeah.
But if you're not able to take the proper shot out of if you're using her help, it's not worth it.
True. Sama is really nice. She's so easy to photograph, like super easy
So
to photograph. I
he
even
is
told her, Sama, I'm so bored. Like, why? You're not. I'm not doing anything. I'm just pressing the shutter. I'm like literally. Every time I click, you change position. I don't have to tell you to do this and do this. I'm
yeah,
bored.
exactly.
I was like,
He
I'm.
is like
Yeah, she's nice. She's nice. It's really nice. And
I shot a couple of her friends after that, and they got so much attitude. And I said, after one shot, after one shoot, I said no to one of her friends. No, I don't like attitude
because
because
I've
they
remember
were like,
remember the
like
20% attitude, even in
yeah,
photography.
yeah,
It's important, really important. Even though how good you are, you still have to be down to earth. It's all right because there's a lot. I know a lot of people like crazy. they feel they're superior or they're really good. It's just really sad. It's really sad in some ways. That's why we're
Le-
that's why we're good
let,
friends now, right?
let me share with you. You saw there was one shot Nikon gave me. Nikon Middle is very kind. They are very kind. They always give me the gears for testing whenever I ask them. So I borrowed 600 f4 and D5. Okay, this combination is purely for sports, action, and wildlife. Okay,
Yeah.
and I took that shot. I took that gear and I went to Kite Beach behind that Sunset Mall. Behind Sunset Mall on Palm Jumeirah Road, right behind there's a parking. So I went there and tried to shoot before sunrise Burj Al Arab. From that, it was perfectly coming into the frame Burj Al Arab. While I was trying to shoot and waiting for sunrise, sun rays to hit Burj Al Arab
Yeah.
so I can shoot, I saw a stray cat moving around my beam. A stray cat. And she was friendly, she was around, roaming around my leg. And I was like, man, that cat is not letting me shoot. So changing, I changing my position and the cat was following me. So I picked that thing. I was like, okay, let me shoot that cat. I moved forward quickly. I ran forward and the cat started following me. And I laid on the ground, literally on the horizon level.
Lower, yeah.
The cat was coming to me. I
Approach you.
shot and I shot like 200 frames of the like he was like "Trrr," I was shooting because the cat was coming so center and I was like damn man it's going to be a shot. So in this direction I shot, then I quickly stood up. I stood and I moved to the other direction, laid down on the ground horizon. The cat started moving again towards me. Same thing, but I got two different lights and when I posted that image, Nikon Middle East was so happy. They posted, they were really inspired. It was some international cat day or something. They posted on their Instagram, and it was the highest rated image of any cat in their profile. And okay, I mentioned the game. I mentioned the game that it was taken from 600 FL version of the 600 and with D5. The story doesn't end here. Story what recently happened. I saw a shot, behind the scenes shot. Everywhere there are like 7, 8 photographers shooting foggy sunrise from a rooftop. And I just wrote down that everybody getting the same shot. So some one of the good brother of mine, he replied that, yeah, it's better than the cat shot taken from 600 f4. And I replied to him that, well, that shot was the highest rated shot anyways. So
Yes, like
again,
yeah.
I saw Joe McNally took a portrait using 600 f4. Now go and ask anybody, can I take your portrait with 600 f4? And everybody was like, what? Seriously? Honestly, I took a summer portrait at 600 f4. I did. And I used the 600 f4 manual focus lens and I took the portrait of summer.
Uh, oh my god.
Is it?
Damn, we've been talking for almost 2 hours.
Wow.
Oof.
Time to wrap up?
Yeah, let's finish this up. Let's do it. Let's do this on weekly basis, and we'll schedule
Yeah,
it.
man,
No, so
I really
so
enjoyed
there will
this.
be a lot of viewers because it's just. I'll send you the file as well. You could upload this
Yeah,
if
please.
you
Thank
want.
you.
Yeah.
And I truly appreciate because I gonna need the file. I will be uploading in my
Ah,
YouTube
yeah,
channel.
yeah. The link then.
I'm
Okay.
editing it,
All right.
so it will be really great.
Okay then.
And
Yeah.
if you next time we'll come up with more some technical things to discuss, so everybody gets benefit.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Anyway, we're just test running this. If this works, then it's good. Anyway, it's a good chit chat. We're always a good chit talking with you. A long talk every time, especially
Thank you, man.
if there's coffee here. No. Anyway, guys, please do subscribe for my Instagram. It's Kelvin Montalvo. Babar, you've got lots of followers already. I don't, so You don't need to
I'm the Robbie.
you
You
don't
are
need to
pro.
advertise. I'm like,
You are pro. I'm not.
it's same shit. Doesn't matter. We're all photographers. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's why when people call me sir or boss, could you just call me Kelvin? I don't mind. We're photographers. I'm cool with that. No sirs, no labels, because it gives the gap. I don't like the gap. In order, because yes, I'm an ass. I'm a bitch. I'm really like really hard on all those stuff. But when it comes to helping people, they ask for help and all. I feel free to ask. I love teaching. I love passing knowledge, because at the end of the day, what is your legacy, right? What have you done? What have you done in the
Yeah.
photography world? What have you
Good.
done in life? It's yes, I did spend a lot of money in my photography classes, in my online classes. I did spend a lot of money, but not everyone can afford those classes as well, because it's like crazy expensive. So, but at the end of the day, it's good. It's nice.
You know how much crazy I am when it comes to learning photography? I spent $1,000 to Joe McNally. I paid $1,000 to Joe McNally workshop in 2014 just to learn only one thing about Flash. I knew Flash already, and that one thing was stroboscopic. And when I attended the workshop, the first question was why I was asking, Joe, I need to learn stroboscopic. And he said, it's not covered in this workshop. We'll try to see. And I was so down by hearing this, but I waited. It was 3 days workshop, and I didn't say a thing because out of respect. First day gone. Second day, I grabbed his wife, Annie, and I said, Annie, I need to learn stroboscopic. Please help me. In D700, do you have pop-up flash? In pop-up flash, there is an option called stroboscopic, and she told me everything, how it's done. And I was okay. At that point, I understood. But when I go home, I went home, I forget. And I was like, shh, I forget what she said to me. And I was like, damn. And I was looking and I started learning. I'm watching YouTube videos of Joe McLaney, which he did specifically for stroboscopic. And all that thing was like rocket science to me, even though the Annie already explained to me. And I already paid. It's not about the money. It's about my passion for learning was so high. And I was sitting holding my head and was like, man, how can I forget? And I was like, and bam, bam, it came all the inside man. It was like, man, it's so easy. It's so easy. Now you ask me, I'll tell you. I like in this. I spent $1,000 just to learn that one term, and I'm providing the information for free to everybody now. That crazy I am.
Oh, by the way, you haven't seen this. Wait, focus.
What are these cards?
The history of Nikon cameras.
Man, I need them. I need that.
It's a
You buy
playing
from something.
it's
I
a
need that.
playing card. It's a playing card by Nikon.
I arrange one for me.
I got this in Japan in the Nikon showroom. In the Nikon, what do you call this, museum?
Wow.
The playing cards. It's the 100. It's all 100 cameras are all here, all the history and everything. So the last is the D850. It's here. I never showed you this. No, it's always here on the.
Arrange one for me. I'm telling you. Arrange one.
Alrighty. Oh god, time flies. It's almost 2 hours. All
Thank
right,
you,
let's
man.
do this sometimes. All right. Good night, bro. Bye bye. Bye
Okay.
bye. Bye bye.